Hi, this is Blank Swordsman with Dark Horse Digital Marketing. I'm coming at you here from a dry riverbed. There's a little bit of water behind me, and ultimately, this video is about why you should fire your marketer. Now, number one reason why you should fire your marketer, actually, let's go in reverse order. The third most least important reason why you should fire your marketer is this: they have no concept of what your profit and loss is in your company. Ultimately, marketing is a system to get you leads. And if your marketer isn't asking about your profits, they're not asking about how much you make off of a product, I promise you, they're not being nosy. If they do ask about that, they're actually just good at their job. Because marketing at the end of the day is judged by how much money you bring in. If you have this viral moment on social media, but you don't get paid, it only paid Mark Zuckerberg or Elon or whoever's platform you're on, like, what's even the point? So, number three is if your marketer does not ask about profit. Number two reason why you should fire your marketer is they don't know about offers. Now, you're the business owner, and more than likely you should have some agency in what offers you create in your business. But ultimately, if your marketer, your marketing team doesn't understand what offers are, your business is going to be as dry as this riverbed. You'll have a little bit of water, here and there, but for the most part, you're going to be dried out. The reason why is because there needs to be an entry point where a customer can see your business and have a basic entry point. Money is expensive nowadays. Obviously, inflation, money's expensive. So people don't just spend it on bullshit like the way they did in the 90s. Okay? So ultimately, if you want people to interact with your brand, your company online, you have to make an offer so good to refuse. You see it all the time. There's brands out there, you're like, man, this got to be a scam. What do you mean they're going to send me 3 for the price of 1? But ultimately, all of that is to get that first customer through the door. Now, we have people like the Hermosis. They have a whole course on how to develop proper offers, and it's free. So if your marketer doesn't know about offers and how to develop them, they're an amateur. They haven't even spent time learning what they can learn out there. And ultimately, your business will fail if you don't have an offer. If you're just coming up with some random deal every day, you don't have a set in stone entry level, some people call it the minimum viable product or entry level offer. Why are you making videos on social media? How do you expect anything to convert into actual paying customers? It's not going to happen for you. Sorry, I'm not being negative. It's just not going to happen for you. You're missing a big part of the system. Now, the final aspect, or the final reason, the most important reason why you should fire a social media marketer or your marketer is they can't shut the fuck up about social media. Ultimately, yes, I'm talking to you through social media. This is great. You get to know me. I'm casting out a signal into the world, finding my people. But all of that is followed up by an inbound system. I'm giving out a free book so you can learn how to do this kind of stuff. And you can sign up in the comments. There's a point of conversion. I got a website. I have a product that I sell people. Now, if your social media marketer is just worried about likes, comments, views, chasing the algorithm, what the fuck does that even mean? Chasing the algorithm. That's the dumbest shit ever. And if your marketer is talking about that stuff, you're burning money. And it's just a matter of time before your business is on its last leg and dry like this riverbed. And ultimately, people out here, you guys see the internet. Everyone's seeing people blow up. Everyone's seeing people make money. And, humans are really good at monkey see, monkey do. And we see people doing things, and we copy them. But do we have the full system? Do we know the context of what they're doing? Half of the time, a lot of people don't, but they'll mindlessly copy. You know, my chair is sinking into the riverbed floor as I'm talking to you guys. It's not that dry, I guess. But here's where the Dark Horse Method, the book that you can get for free, links in the bio, in the description. I'm sure you can find it if you really want to, because I'm going to put it everywhere. But the Dark Horse Method, the first and the most important part is knowing what to even measure about your marketing. So if you're measuring likes, comments, engagement, oh, this month we did this so good on the algorithm, like you're going to fail, because business is about one thing and one thing only: profit. And how do you get profit in business? You solve other people's problems. Simple. Super, super simple. Okay? And so the Dark Horse Method starts by analyzing how much profit you're making. You know, sometimes our clients get uncomfortable. They feel, I'm going to let the wind pass. So the first method, or the first point in the Dark Horse Method, is knowing exactly where you are. So in order to do that, we measure new profit per month. And so I'm going to give you, let's flash to this equation. So I lifted my hand up. Hopefully an equation appears over it. But this equation is very important, and it's the first step of the Dark Horse Method. And it's figuring out how much new profit you're making per month. So it's pretty simple. You take the last month's profit, you subtract it from this month's profit, and you divide it by last month's profit. And that gives you a percentage. It could be positive, it could be negative. Now, that just gives you a look or insight at 1 month, okay? But that's not enough. And so we need to find out, what is your profit growth, new profit growth over time? Not your profit, but how much new profit do you make every month? What is your rate of new customers that you're getting per month, or new purchases, or new business volume? And so in order to discover this, we actually have to use a little bit more complex of an equation. And it looks a little crazy. Hopefully it should be here somewhere on the screen. It is way more complex, and it's basically new profit growth over time. And so the Dark Horse Method relies on these two equations to measure the results of your marketing. You can't fiddle with your offer. You can't adjust your message. You can't adjust your delivery methods if you are not measuring these two numbers. Well, like, you can adjust that stuff, but you're just a jackass at that point, because you have there's no compass to where you're going. You're just adjusting things based off of feelings. And humans and their feelings are not very reliable. Myself included. That's just how it goes. Okay? And so if you want to be successful in business, the Dark Horse Method doesn't promise magic overnight results. But what it does promise, and what it can do for your business, is it can systematically eliminate everything that does not work for your business until you have what does work. And then once we find out what that is, we double down on that. Does that make sense? And so if you're a little confused on the math, it'll be chapter 1 in the book. We'll go over a few examples of different businesses and what their profits are looking like. But at the end of the day, you're probably looking for a KPI as I'm talking. And the KPI is this: you need to have at least 3 to 5% new profit growth every month consistently in order to make it in business in America. I don't know about other places, but in America, inflation is roughly 10%. And so if you are not growing at a rate of 3 to 5% a month, you're going to be struggling. It may not happen right away, but it'll creep in, and give it 0 to 36 months, and you will be feeling the crunch and keep going another 2-3 years, and you'll either be like, I don't want to be negative, but you could be bankrupt, destitute, lots of other things that happen when you bet it all on your business. And so ultimately, we're here to help you guys be successful. And so we need that 3 to 5% growth every month. And think about this: 5% times 12, 5% times 3% times 12, that's 36 to 60% growth in your business per year. That's pretty amazing. That is scaling. That is success. Now, ultimately, here at Dark Horse Digital Marketing, we're very grateful for the time era that we live in. Okay? It's kind of a long video probably at this point, but you have to be very grateful for everything that we have. Right now, you don't even know where I am, and I'm talking to you through this screen, giving you top tier business advice. You should be grateful for that. Not grateful to me, but grateful that you're born in a place where you too can easily grab a camera, make a video, reach out to other people. You can build an inbound system. It's never been easier to build an inbound system for your business. We got AI. We got so many amazing technological advances, and now's the time to take advantage. And we're putting this content out there because we want people to ascend. We want people to make money. The reason why is this world is it's changing very, very quickly. And so we want people to have what they need to make their business successful. Like, I'm in business because I'm passionate about enriching other people. Straight up. I want to cure this planet of the curse of poverty. Poverty makes people do fucked up things. We don't even have to get into it. We all know it. Like, it's true. Poverty, not having money, makes people do fucked up things. And so right now we live on a planet where it's never been easier to make money. It's never been easier to have a business. It's never been easier to find people and solve other people's problems, to have a profit and have your freedom. Fire your marketer and read our book and just do it yourself. Nah, I'm just kidding. You know, there might be some good marketers out there, and maybe you are somebody's marketer and you're watching this so that you can provide better service. Good on you. Right below, you can put your email in and you'll be the first to get this free book. Hopefully these two equations will do you good in measuring. I got into measuring the growth of your business, but we didn't talk about how we can affect growth in your business. And that'll be coming up as I make more videos and whatnot. But ultimately, if you don't know how to measure, Tony Robbins, everyone knows this guy. He's got a great smile. He's been motivating people since Jim Rohn was on the planet. And he says, if you want something to improve, you got to measure more. And he's absolutely right. But if you don't know how to measure or what to measure, it's hard. And so I put these two equations. They're in the video. You can pause it. They're in the book. We go over a couple of examples in the book so that you can see that you're calculating correctly. You can understand what these numbers actually mean. And so if you're excited to get this book, like, subscribe, comment, follow the channel. But more importantly, because I'm not doing this shit to be viral or famous on social media, I just want people to actually have solid business advice. So just subscribe to the email list. Like, I could care less about ad revenue. Like, subscribe to the email list. Eventually you'll get the book, and we can go from there, and we can help your businesses succeed. So keep learning, keep growing, don't give up. God's on your side, and catch y'all later.